Hello and welcome back to the SRL iRacing League. Today we're here for, I don't even know which race this is because it's been a little while since I've actually streamed for this league. But yeah, welcome back. We're here at Kentucky Speedway for, I don't know, I wasn't really giving a sponsor this race, so I don't think there is one. But yeah, welcome back. Let me just do this real quick and then we'll be back as practice should be finishing up here, so qualifying should be underway. We'll just talk about a few things while these drivers qualify. Let me go to broadcast links. There we go. Alright, so while these drivers qualify, let's just talk about a few things. Of course, you know, I don't usually stream these races anymore, but the people over, or the crew over at Fireball Talks NASCAR couldn't attend tonight's race. So here we are, back on this channel. So, and this is race 15, by the way, as I just looked. And we only have about 3 races left till the playoffs. So we'll see if any of these drivers can win and lock in. I'm not really sure. Pretty sure we're doing win and lock in if I remember correctly from a little while ago. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the last race we did on this channel was the All-Star race. So if you want to see the other races, go to a Fireball Talks NASCAR YouTube channel. Pretty sure that's their channel name. Let me see. Yeah, Fireball Talks NASCAR. That's their YouTube channel. So just go over there if you want to catch up to all these other races. And go watch them. And then you can come back here. Actually, no, watch this first. And then go watch those races. So last week was at Sonoma, and Jordan Kuntz went on to win that race. I believe for his first career SRL win. So congrats to him. There was no truck race. I don't think there was a truck race last week, but I could be wrong. As we see right here, Blaze McKinney making his qualifying lap. He's gotten a few wins. And he's dead. Yeah, Blaze McKinney has gotten a few wins this season, both in the Trucks and Cup Series. So right now, Trevor Huff has the pole. Here's Benjamin Walker completing his second lap. Wasn't a very good one, but he's right now second. Oh my gosh! how did that happen? Well, he qualifies second. Malachi Drake up to 12th, and Jordan Kuntz up to 3rd. Oh nope, he just got overtaken by Alexander Schumacher. Glenn Bundren on his second lap. And out of turn 4, we'll see where this lap puts him. As he was 12th his first lap, and it looks like he's not... Nope, he's going to move up to 7th. Blaze McKinney on his lap. I'm pretty sure he only gets 1 now, since he spun coming to his green flag lap. Here we go, out of turn 4, he will set a 3rd place qualifying lap, so he overtakes Alexander Schumacher. James Thurston on track right now for his qualifying lap into the wall. So far, only 20 drivers have actually set a lap. About to be 21 with this number 4 machine. Jonathan Leisure last out of all the cars who've qualified. And then you got about 6 others who haven't set a lap And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to set a lap as qualifying. Has about 30 seconds left. As here comes Thurston, setting his first lap. Let's see where that puts him. Up to 7th that first time around. Don't know if he's going to make it back to the stripe for his second lap, but 7th is pretty good for one qualifying section, as he's very, very loose and sideways out of the corner, but he's going to hold on to it. So qualifying's over. And on the pole is going to be Trevor Huff. He's gotten a few poles, and I believe he actually has a win this season back in the at Charlotte. But let's see your starting grid. So on the pole, Trevor Huff. Right beside him is Benjamin Walker. Both of them having a win this season. Row number 2, Blaise McKinney and Alexander Schumacher. Row number 3, last week's winner Jordan Kuntz and Jonathan Jones. Row number 4, James Thurston, Jason Rajok. And then rounding out your top 10, Glenn Bundren and Aaron Brown. And then row 6, Luke Mahone, Joseph Lewis. Row number 7, Aaron Schugel, Shane Dimitova. Row number 8 is the 21 of Ricardo. Right beside him is Traber Burns. Row number 9, Dominic Barbagallo with Malachi Drake. And then rounding out your top 20, Jason Alexander and Luke Peters. And then Jonathan Leger was the last one to set a lap. Everyone behind him did not qualify. So you see Talon Drake rounds out your field. So there's your starting lineup for today's race. It's going to be Trevor Huff leading us to the green once they get rolling here. So let's flash back to last time we were here at Kentucky, which was last season. Sam Brochu went on to win that race and is a spectacular season 1 dominating. Yeah, whatever. I messed that up. And is a spectacular season 1 with 9 wins. And a championship, of course, as the pace truck is off. Brochu is not here tonight. So last year this was a night race, and it looks like this year it's going to stay day. Doesn't look like it's transitioning. Yep, it's just going to stay day. So it's going to definitely change the track temperature and make these cars maybe a bit more loose or tight. Really just depends. So here we go. It's Trevor Huff leading us to the green. With Benjamin Walker to his outside. And get ready to be racing here around Kentucky. And green flags out here at Kentucky Speedway. Oh no! Trevor Huff gets loose out of the corner and slams the wall right in front of the field. A few other cars involved in that. As Aaron Schugel goes for a spin on the front stretch as well. And Trevor Huff's car, that's gonna end his day. His motor's blown. But he took a nasty hit into the outside wall. I think Alexander Schumacher, Blaze McKinney, they were also involved a little bit. Yeah, Blaze McKinney's got some damage. I was about to just say, Blaze McKinney was making quick work up front, and then he got a bit loose. Kind of stacked up the field behind, and then Trevor Huff just turned right. Let me see if I can figure out my buttons here. I believe it's 3. Yes, it is. So we'll go back and look at that. So here we go. And you see Blaze McKinney gets underneath the 3, but he's going to get a bit loose coming out of the corner. It looks like contact with the 3 a little bit. And that stacked up Walker in the 99. But then Trevor Huff, he just gets loose, overcorrects it, and hard into the outside wall he goes. Lands on top of the hood of Blaze McKinney. And then Alexander Schumacher just nowhere to go. Little bit of net code right there. And then it looks like everyone else avoided the 3. And then Aaron Schugel here, just kind of the transition from the grass back onto the racetrack gets him loose. And around he goes. In that grass. What a major turn of events here on lap number 1. And it's going to end your pole sitter's day, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. I don't think Blaze McKinney came down pit road. But he literally had a car right on top of him. This looks like the 8 of Tallon Drake didn't join the session in time, so he's going to be out of this race. Corey Lyles is also a lap down, I'm pretty sure. Let's bring up the tower. Corey Lyles is 3 laps down. Not sure how that happened. Maybe he just was on pit road for a little while. Remember, if you're out of the race and you want to join the infield care center, I'll be there shortly. Or at least try to. Yeah, Trevor Huff. He's gotten a few pole this season, like we said. He got his first career win back at Charlotte. I think his only win so far this season. And I know he's made multiple starts, so I'm pretty sure he's well into the playoffs. But yeah, what a devastating start to his event here, especially after getting pole. We'll see people like Blaze McKinney, Alexander Schumacher, see how their damage is doing. As we should be coming to the choose cone this time by. And we'll see what lane Blaze is going to choose inside. Walker outside, Kuntz inside, Thurston inside, so that leaves the 62, Jonathan Jones, taking the outside lane. So we'll restart them again. we'll see. And you see, like I was saying, last season was it was dark out pretty much already, so the track was a bit cooler. And now the track is hot and slick, and we saw what events just unfolded there. So we'll see if these drivers can be a bit more careful with this start. As it's going to be Blaze McKinney leading us, but he's got a big hole in his hood right now. So we'll see how well he fares up front. As the pace car coming back down pit road. We'll see if they can make it a green flag lap this time. As it's going to be Blaze McKinney with Benjamin Walker up front. And green flag is back in the air here at Kentucky. Nice jump from Blaze McKinney. Already has a nice lead, so that damage doesn't look like it's affecting him too much. As Kuntz try to look underneath Walker, but Walker takes that position, and now there's Thurston on the outside taking that third spot away. So drivers running that outside lane, trying to figure out a groove that works. But out of turn 4, it's going to be Blaze McKinney leading this one. So that damage isn't really affecting him that much, but we'll see how it does in the long run. As Benjamin Walker closing back in. Walker has a win this season back at the Homestead Roval. Don't know if he has any others. And I know Blaze McKinney has a few wins this season. I don't think Thurston does, though. So Blaze McKinney out front, but he's got Benjamin Walker all over his back bumper right now. As Walker has a nice run. He's going to stay behind the 87. Now he's going to look to the outside of Blaze McKinney, trying to gain a run, but Blaze is going to slide up and block that. Now here comes Thurston down low, trying to take second away from Walker. So side by side for second. And it looks like James Thurston's going to take that position. Now he's going to try to set his sights on the 87, and he's got a good run off the corner. He looks outside of Blaze McKinney. A nice run by this 4, and he might have himself a two-piece here. And yes, he's going to, and he's going to get by Blaze McKinney. James Thurston to the race lead. A nice move that whole lap. Got underneath Benjamin Walker in 1 and 2, and then somehow got a good run off the corner. Got to the outside of Blaze McKinney on the back straightaway. And to the lead he goes. And we have a caution. Looks like it's for Aaron Schugel, and his car is destroyed. It looks like it's only for that 81 machine. So let's go back and see what happened. Here we go on the front straightaway. And he's battling in the back, and they go 4 wide. And he makes contact with Drake, and they both go into the wall. So Malachi Drake also with damage. Yeah, 4 wide at Kentucky. It usually doesn't work. You know, they tried it here, but obviously you see the outcome. Slow motion. And this is probably going to end both these drivers' nights, as they're right front. What is that? I can't think of what it's called, but yeah, the right front is broken. So here comes Malachi Drake down pit road. It's our second caution tonight here on lap 12. So James Thurston out front. And he seems to have a pretty fast car early. Started 7th. And pretty sure if he wins tonight, it'll be his first career win. So we still got over 100 laps to go. We still got a while on this event. How about third place Glenn Bundred back here? As I believe Blaze McKinney came down pit road to fix his damage. I don't think Glenn has won since his first win all the way back at Talladega last season. So he's looking to get back in victory lane. It's I believe, not really sure what the 62 of Jonathan Jones is doing. But now he's dropping back there. Alright, so your biggest mover right now is Michael Rosero back here. And I believe he used to be the number 34, but it looks like he switched to the 6. Does have a win. I can't remember where he won Indy, yeah. Pretty sure he won at Indy. We're coming to the choose cone. James Thurston going to choose that inside. Benjamin Walker outside. Yeah, Michael Rosero won at Indy with that big prize money. And currently up 15. And your biggest mover so far tonight. So, a little bit of contact between him and the 18. They're still making contact, and alright. Not sure what that's all about, but they both just almost went to the inside wall. I don't know if that was like a friendly gesture or maybe a little bit heated on the racetrack, but we're about to go green so they can settle it under green, I guess. As you see, they're still not done. I'm in the 18 of Aaron Brown. Go back up front to the leaders. As we're actually going to go another lap under caution now. So I know a man who's hoping we have another quick caution, and that's Corey Lyles, and the 56, who started out this race 3 laps down. And just one more caution, he'll be back on the lead lap, so he's looking for maybe a quick caution here, so we can take that lucky dog. We'll see what Blaze McKinney can do. We know he's fast each and every week. And now he's going to be starting last here out of everyone on track, actually. So we'll see him slice his way through the field. If we don't have another quick caution. Here we go. Pace car coming back down pit road. We'll be restarting here on lap 16. Still a long race to go here at Kentucky. But into the Geico restart zone. James Thurston's going to lead us back to the green flag. A nice jump by that 4. So you see back here Glenn Bundren trying to get underneath Benjamin Walker for second. But it looks like Walker might be able to clear. Maybe not. Here comes Glenn back underneath. Side by side for second. Walker's going to go way up the racetrack. Trying to cut back down, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hang with that 37. And yep, Glenn Bundren's going to clear. But now here comes Walker back underneath for second. This is what James Thurston wants to see. He can pull away a little bit from these two. Ooh, almost contact off the corner. Walker had to get out of the gas. Now here comes Jordan Kuntz underneath, or to his outside for third. Now him and Walker are side by side coming out of turn 4. Alexander Schumacher might join that 99 on that outside lane, trying to pick off this 93 a little bit. That's Glenn Bundren now pulling away. These two are still side by side. Here comes Jonathan Jones underneath Alexander Schumacher. He's going to back out. Now here comes the 6 with a big dive bomb underneath. Help from Luke Peters in that 50. Still side by side. Jones not giving that 6 a lot of room, but Rosero is still hanging tight. Look at Luke Mahone back there trying to make a move on Peters. Couldn't quite get it done. Now Aaron Brown goes to his outside. Rosero trying to sit it into the corner, trying to get past the 62, but Jonathan Jones still hanging tough. They make contact. Very loose down the racetrack goes the 6, and now he's going to get picked off by a whole bunch of them. Oh, he makes contact with Aaron Brown, almost causing another wreck. But they seem to save it. Never mind. He collects Aaron Brown. He saves it somehow. What a save. He's still trying to hold on. And he saves it. What a save by Aaron Brown. The one in 20 also made contact there. Wow, well, let's go back and see that. That whole, just out of turn 4, the 6 was all over the place. Coming out of the corner. He gets into Jonathan Jones. On the front straightaway here. I don't think he realizes they're 3 wide. Gets into Aaron Brown, and then he's going to get into Aaron Brown again. Aaron Brown somehow holds on to this race car. Luke Mahone a bit of contact there. On the bar, but Bill had a cat on the gas, stuck behind the engine, but no wrecks. The 1 and 20 also made contact here. A lot of contact, but no wrecks. Nice job by everyone who was involved there. James Thurston, though, he's pulled about a second lead over Glenn Bundren and the rest of the field. And I don't want to speak too soon, but he might be the car of the beat tonight. As it looks like the front half of the field's kind of calmed down a little bit. Oh, no, my gosh, they just all wrecked in the back. Jason Alexander, I saw Dominic Barbagello. I think Ray Jock's involved. Yes, he is. Shane Dimitova. I'm not sure what caused this. We'll go back and see. Here we go. Jason Rajock just gets tight up into Shane Demidova. Around they go. There's the 17. Oh my goodness. The 25, the 02. Oh, the 02 is going to spin back up into the outside wall, hitting that apron. Not sure who the 25 is. That's a Hunter. Yeah, that 20 of Shane Demidova, I believe it was him, or no, it was Jason Alexander. He just shot in there. No brakes. I don't think it was really much he could do. The wreck happened so fast. If I can find the Jason's here. Where is his name? There he is. I'll ride on board with him. You see just right in front of him. It just happened so fast, there's really no time to check up. You see, yep, just contact Shane Demidova, Jason Rajock, up the racetrack they go. Nowhere for Dominic Barbagallo, Jason Alexander, the 25, the 02, the 82. Nowhere for all of these drivers to go. All just kind of innocent bystanders in this. So it looks like Thurston might have come down pit road. The top 5 stayed out. Glenn Bundren, Jordan Kuntz, Benjamin Walker, Blaze McKinney, and Aaron Brown all staying out. As Lucky Dog goes to Corey Lyles, so he's back on the lead lap. It's coming to the, or I thought we were coming to the choose cone that time. So the top 5 has stayed out. Of course, Blaze McKinney, we've seen him down pit road already. So we'll pull up pit strategies here. See Blaze McKinney pitted on lap 15. Everyone else around him has not come down pit road, and then 6th on back. All of them just came down pit road. So we'll see about 25, 26 lap of fresher tires. We'll see how well it does. So coming to the choose cone this time by Glenn Bundren's going to go low. That's going to leave the outside for Jordan Kuntz, who's trying to go back to back. So 3 cautions in the first 28 laps. We'll see how the rest of this race fares. As we got about 90, we're going to be restarting with 92 laps to go. Pace car coming down pit road is going to be Glenn Bundren leading us back to the green flag with Jordan Kuntz on his outside. Benjamin Walker, Aaron Brown, and Blaze McKinney. All of them did not come down pit road. The rest of the field did. Green flag back in the air here at Kentucky. Benjamin Walker's around already. Doesn't look like it's going to bring out the caution. He tried to give Glenn Bundren a bump there. Help him on the restart. But he got his car loose and he just couldn't hold on to it. We'll go back and take a look real quick. You see on the restart, he's going to give the 37 a little tap here, which gets his car very loose through the wheel spin. Poor Blaze McKinney, another car on his hood. Just can't seem to get the cars off his hood tonight or his front bumper. But a big setback for Benjamin Walker, who's going to have to get up there and race his way around the pack now. But it's Glenn Bundren out front, and James Thurston already up the second, setting his sights on the leader. It's 19 total cars on the lead lap. As we'll go to the infield care center real quick, where we'll talk to a few drivers. Alright, so first driver we'll talk to is Aaron Schugel, who DNF'd first out of this pack. So Aaron, just tell me, you went 4 wide there, and obviously that wasn't going to work. Just tell me about it.
Yeah, so I came off 4. I didn't realize there was a car below me, so I tried to give him a little bit more room. I was already 2 wide with someone, so that made it 3 wide, and then Luke Mahone comes out of nowhere and just pushes me 4 wide. So then, when we come across the stripe, I'm just trying to keep it centered so I don't hit either of them. And then when we enter, one, you can't just go straight into a corner, or else I'm gonna wreck Luke or I'm gonna wreck the guy below me. So the guy below me comes up, I freak out a little bit, I check up, Luke gives me no room, and the guy below me and myself wreck. And I can't do anything about that. I'm just really, really frustrated.
Alright, well, sorry your night ended pretty quickly there, Schugel, and I'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
Alright, thank you, man. Love the broadcast.
Alright, now we'll head over to Shane Dimitova, who just got into that most recent wreck, and we saw you and Jason Rajock make contact out of 4, and then both of you just ended up in the wall. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I was just sending it to the outside of the 71. I was a little loose, but kept my stuff all together, and he just got tight and drove right up into me and wants to get all over me, saying that it was my fault and that I didn't lift. So I don't know, man. You can't fix stupid, and just nobody was racing out there with a brain today, it seems like, which sucks because I know you work really hard for this broadcast and spend your time being here and doing all this. So I definitely appreciate you showing up. It just sucks when you got guys out there just being really careless and stupid.
Alright, Shane, sorry your night ended pretty quickly there. I'm pretty sure it was around lap 26, but next week is New Hampshire, and I'll see you there, man.
Thank you, Ryan.
Alright, so those were drivers in the infield care center. While that was happening, James Thurston, no surprise there, he got around Glenn Bundren. Here comes Jordan Kuntz now around him. We got a new guy up here, Brian Lorenzo, who's cracked himself into the top 5 in that one machine. I'm pretty sure this is a Brian Lorenzo's first start in the SRL league, but I have commented in leagues before where he was racing, so this isn't my first time seeing him. But Michael Rosero sending it really deep underneath him, trying to get that spot, 7th place. So how about the 62 of Jonathan Jones? He's been running top 10 pretty much the whole day. And that 62 is a black unsponsored machine. I'd say if he keeps running top 10, he'll have a sponsor by next week, as he's been very, very impressive tonight. Was running up there in the top 5, but has fallen back to 9th right now. Like we said, unsponsored, so if you want to sponsor him, let him know. He seems to be doing very good. As Thurston has a second and almost a second and a half lead over Glenn Bundren. There's Peters, Luke Peters, second car on fresher tires, making his way through the field. Luke Mahone, the third car on fresher tires, currently up here as well. They have to pass the 99 and the 37, who are on older tires. As you see, Peters is passing the 37 already, getting up into second. And there's Luke Mahone following him quickly. And now Kuntz underneath Glenn Bundren. Look at Rosero going 3 wide underneath both of them. Michael Rosero's got those fresher tires, so he's going to try to clear them, but he doesn't want to also wreck them, as they're going to clear the 37, and he might be able to clear the 99 out of the corner. Maybe not. Kuntz hanging tight right there. Jordan Kuntz still just hanging tight right there. Rosero just trying to get around him for this 4th spot. But man, that 99 is hanging tough into the wall. He goes a little bit there, but still hanging to the outside of Rosero right now. As Blaze McKinney, he's fallen back to 11th on those older tires. So it looks like tires are going to be a big factor by the end of this thing. And we'll see when these 4 drivers pit. Benjamin Walker, Glenn Bundren, Jordan Kuntz. There's another one. There you see the O2 who's got a lot of damage off pace. Going a lap down. There's another driver. Because Blaze McKinney also stayed out, but he was he already pitted once today. I think it might have, yeah, it was the 18 of Aaron Brown. That was the other driver. So we'll see when those 4 pit, as it's been 42 laps. They haven't come down pit road yet. As Brian Lorenzo gets around the 99, he's cracked the top 5 now. Up 18, him and Michael Rosero both up 18 spots right now after starting in the back. Back here, Schumacher is having a little bit of trouble getting around Brown. How about this? Corey Lyles up here battling for this top 10 spot. He's got to get around that 18, which should be relatively easy because that 18's on older tires. Blaze McKinney having a bit of lag issues. He's blinking in and out. He's another driver on old tires. Schumacher's going to get around Glenn Bundren pretty easily here. Maybe not. Glenn Bundren sticks to his outside. And Clad has covered the racetrack, so that's going to cool it off a little bit. As, yep, we got more cars in the infield care center, so we'll go down there quickly. All right, so first we'll talk to Trevor Huff, who wrecked on lap 1. So, Trevor, a tough break for you, as you were battling with Blaze McKinney there, and I don't know if there was contact or not, but you got really loose and a heavy impact into that outside wall. Just wanted to see if you were all right after that, and yeah, just tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not alright, but that's just the week I've had. There was contact. It was the slightest. I was losing it on the exit of the corner already, and then I had it saved and the car unsettled, and I moved the wheel to keep it going, and it was just going to spin out either way. So nothing I could do because the car had already bottomed out. Just a little slight contact with his quarter panel, and I wasn't giving him much room. I guess he was going for the lead, and I was trying to take it easy because I literally joined 5 seconds before qualifying, so I didn't get to drive here. So unfortunate, for the team, especially because this is probably my last outing with Marconi Setup Shops as a sponsor. So I really am kind of sad with that. Like I said, just been a rough weekend, but you know, looking to go to what's next week
It's
again?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. All right. Looking to go to New Hampshire. You know, hopefully we can perform out there and put on a show and not die like we did here. You know, I've learned a few things from, you know, don't try and defend the bottom when you're trying to save tires as much as I did here. So it's all right. I've talked to him already, and we're good. It was a racing thing, so yeah, just definitely felt like I lost talent there. It looks like I lost talent, and I'm not trying to cover my butt right here, but you know, it was just contact that unsettled the diffuser, and that's that.
Well, joining 5 seconds before qualifying and still getting the pole, that's kind of crazy, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I came from A fixed. I had run A fixed first hour because I'm trying to get like a division title from A fixed this year because I in like the top 10, and I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it because it kept wrecking, and so I joined just before qualifying started. Didn't get any practice at all. 1 lap I think it was, and then got right into qualifying, and I was just in awe that we were able to get pole, but. JFR produced a fast racing machine this week, you know. Really proud of everybody over there. The team, Bob, he for some reason usually screws over my car, but hey, he did a good job this time. And Jackson's actually here from college this week, so it's good to talk to him a little bit. So yeah, just unfortunate we couldn't win it for him, and Walker's kind of struggling right now, so just adds on to it, but we'll be fine. We'll go out next week and do well.
All right. Well, I'm sorry your night ended really, really early tonight.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm race control. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. And yeah, thank you for your time, and I'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
Appreciate it.
All right, so now we'll head over to Jason Alexander, who got involved in the same crash Shane did. And Jason, there is pretty much nowhere for you to go. The whole track was basically blocked, and coming out of the corner where your car's already sliding up the racetrack naturally, and yeah, just nowhere for you to go. How do you feel, man?
Yeah, we're pretty unfortunate. We were pinned to the top there, and just, you know, we checked up as much as we could. Unfortunately, like you said, nowhere to go. Hate it for our PPG sports team, Licky Lou Chevrolet. You know, just a string of bad races for us as a team, and you know, we wanna be able to recover. But you know, a lot of the guys in this league, they, you know, no respect in these first, 20, 30 laps, and it just causes, guys get taken out. There's really no excuse for it, and we're not too happy about it. But we'll rebound. We'll come back. We appreciate all the work that you do for the league, and we'll get after it.
Yeah, no. I know you two are teammates, and having both of you get taken out in the same wreck is pretty devastating towards the team.
It is. We spend a lot of money rebuilding these cars, and just can't afford it every week to lose points, lose cars, lose drivers. It's just got to find a way to get out of this summer slump.
All right. Well, thank you for your time tonight, and see you next week at New Hampshire.
Thank you.
So that was Jason Alexander and Trevor Huff getting their interviews. As James Thurston looks like he might be taking it a bit easy, as Luke Peters has caught him a little bit. Glenn Bundren's coming down pit road now. Aaron Brown, Benjamin Walker, they've already pitted. So that just leaves Blaze McKinney. Out of the cars who stayed out under that last caution to come down pit road. Here's a driver that's entered into the top 10. Haven't talked much about him. That's Ricardo Burnell. He's a new driver to me. I don't know how many starts he's made in the SRL iRacing League, but this is the first time I've ever seen him. So welcome to the league, man. Currently just a quiet top 10 right now. But still in that top 10, racking up those stats. That's Jason Rajock right in front of him. And Corey Lyles, remember, he was 3 laps down to start this thing, now running 8th. So we're going to have mixed strategies towards the end of this thing as we're closing in on halfway. There's still James Thurston out front. Luke Peters is slowly reeling him in. That's Michael Rosero, Brian Lorenzo, Luke Mahone, Alexander Schumacher, Jonathan Jones. That's your top 7. As no one's really battling on the racetrack as of right now. The closest cars are probably right here. Here comes Kuntz, who's got those fresher tires underneath Blaze McKinney. Blaze McKinney might have some company from Hunter here. Blaze McKinney's on a bit older tires in this 25, so the 25 might easily make a move on him. And back here, Dominic Barbagallo and Jonathan Leisure, they were both going at it for a second there. Of course, Barbagallo has been in a wreck. And Jonathan Leisure having a nice day, currently 14th. As up here, Luke Mahone and Alexander Schumacher, they're going at it for 5th. Very close together coming out of this corner. You see tires are starting to wear. Cars are starting to slide up the racetrack more. As Jonathan Jones really didn't have anywhere to go there. Is he out of the corner? Alexander Schumacher very tight. Look at Jonathan Jones. 3 wide. Contact with the 27 and 68. That was almost bad. They're still making contact up into the wall. They both go. Jonathan Jones gets around clean, but these two into the wall. Now here comes Corey Lyles underneath Luke Mahone. Let's go back and take a look at that. They were making contact coming out of turn 2, I believe. Actually, Mahone gets loose in front of Schumacher, so he's going to go high. And this allows Jonathan Jones to go low, but then Schumacher makes contact with Mahone. And then Mahone gets tight and pushes both of them into the wall. No caution, but that's definitely going to hurt both of them. As here comes Luke Mahone down pit road. As we just passed halfway in this race, Luke Peters also coming down. Going to try to undercut this leader. So halfway done in this race, halfway to go. Or 60 laps done, 60 laps to go. A better way to put it. As we'll see when James Thurston comes down pit road. He's not going to come in this time. So you see Luke Mahone just going to fix some damage. Luke Peters coming out of pit road. So he's going to try to undercut James Thurston here, who's dominated this thing so far. And I shouldn't be mistaken, but looking for his first career win. So, you know, we'll go back through photos and stuff and take a look at all the Cup Series winners. So we know Sonoma was Jordan Kuntz. If I can find. I don't really want to pull those up. If I can find race photos. Here we go. So Blaze McKinney won Richmond. Don't know who won Dover. Blaze McKinney won. What track is this? Is that Homestead? No, it's a short track. It might be a Gateway. But oh no, it's Charlotte. No, but Trevor Huff won Charlotte. I don't know. There's not a lot of pictures. I'll have to go back and look through, see all the winners from this season. I've kind of been lacking on it because I've been busy with other things. But if in my free time, I'll look. James Thurston right now has almost a 2.5 second lead over Brian Lorenzo. We have seen pit stops so far, a few pit stops. This Ford car, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be the car to beat. So see all these drivers up front. You see all of them basically different pit strategies. Lyles, Rayjock, and the 8 or the 25. All with about a lap fresher tires than everybody. Or actually, no, it's just Lyles and Rayjock. But, yeah. As Michael Rosero came down pit road, same did Dominic Barbagallo, Jonathan Leisure. A lot of drivers coming down pit road. Joseph Lewis coming down, but he's a lap down. Ricardo Burnell coming in, making his pit stop. So we'll see when the leader comes in. James Thurston here. Blaze McKinney also made a stop. So 7 drivers on the lead lap total have not come down pit road yet. That's James Thurston, Brian Lorenzo, Jonathan Jones, Alexander Schumacher, Corey Lyles, Jason Rayjock, and the 25 of Hunter. Hunter Terpstra. All have yet to pit. So you see Glenn Bundren catching Jason Rayjock very quickly here. As here comes Corey Lyles in front of them coming in. So he's going to give up his spot. So still about one more pit stop for all these drivers. Once they end up pitting here. As they see Jordan Kuntz, he will hold the lead once they all pit. Luke Peters right behind him, though, trying to catch him. And Luke Peters has a lot better tires than that number 8. Or that number 99, my bad. Look at the wrong driver number. As you see, Peters pitted 8 laps ago. Kuntz pitted 18 laps ago. So it's about a 10 lap tire difference between this 99 and 50. As you see Luke to the outside lane. James Thurston, your leader, comes down. Same for Jonathan Jones. This right here is going to be for the lead once they all pit, though. As here comes Luke Peters to the outside, and he will make the move. The 99 trying to side draft, but Peters is going to clear. James Thurston out and away. He's going to have the freshest tires, but it's definitely going to be a long time to get back up there, as he's going to be 10th. As Hunter's down pit road, so that just leaves Lorenzo, Schumacher, and Rayjock, the drivers who have not pitted. And now here comes Jason Rayjock down pit road. So that just leaves 2. As a nice undercut by this field. James Thurston, though, we'll see how fast he can get through the field to get back up there to the race lead. As you see, if you're watching the broadcast, take notes, because the undercut is going to be huge here. As Schumacher, I hear him going down in gears. He's going to be coming in this time by. Brian Lorenzo still going to stay out. So that just leaves 1. And it's the number 1. And it looks like he's going to come down this time by. So that's going to cycle the rest of the pit stops out. You'll see Alexander Schumacher is going to fall back a lot here. Currently down the 5th already, now down the 6th, and he just got to his left side tires. Now coming out of pit road. He leaves the pits in 8th, but here comes Blaze McKinney to pass him. Jonathan Jones, Corey Lyles, Luke Mahone, Jason Rajok. So it looks like Luke Mahone might have sped on pit road because he's now a lap down. .25 might have done the same thing, or he just pitted way too late and got passed by Luke Peters. Do you see Burns letting the 50 by? So Thurston's already up the 4th, but he's 10 seconds back from this 50. Got way fresher tires, though. So we'll pull up the links again. You see Thurston, his tires aren't even pulling up. Jonathan Jones pitted on the same lap as Thurston. So they're probably going to be the 2 quickest cars right now. Actually, we'll check out the pit stop times from that last stop. 14 pit lane time. Oh wait, pit stop lap 60. Yeah, 60. Pit stop time, man. 14.9 seems like a while with these cars, but it's actually from this chart looks pretty quick. I'm gonna test something real quick. Okay. Just went down by 1. Alright, I was just testing. Alright, so it's Luke Peters out front. Michael Rosero gets up the 2nd. Looks like passes Jordan Kuntz, so he's gonna set his eyes on Peters. Thurston is coming quickly. Thurston is on a charge right now. Has closed about a 2nd on the leader. As we'll still have one more green flag pit stop. As the saying, Luke Mahone has crashed in turns 3. Heavy damage to that 27. No caution though, which is quite strange as everyone's trying to get around him. I don't know why there's not a caution, as he's just gonna come down pit road. We'll go back and see what happened to Luke Mahone, but he's got a ton of damage to that vehicle. Here we go, battling with Alexander Schumacher again. He's going to send it in. And just gets really loose. Gets it to the side of Schumacher, then up into the outside wall hard. Somehow no caution, though, as you'll see drivers start trying to avoid him. There you see almost a wreck there with Joseph Lewis and Burnell. As I am shocked that's not a caution. Yep, there's the yellow. So now the yellow is thrown a really long time before that yellow flag came out. And if you pit here, you can make it all the way. It's going to be less than a 40-lap run. So this is going to help some drivers majorly, like Jordan Kuntz and Peters. Rosero, they weren't really up here. Well, Peters was, but he wasn't leading. Lucky Dog should go to that 25 of Hunter. Yeah, if you pit here, you can make it. So we'll probably see most of these drivers come down pit road, and yep, here they come. Nope, Rosero into the back of the 50. As Jonathan Jones is going to stay out, trying to take a gamble. Schumacher is also going to stay out. Watch from pit lane. Ricardo Barnell also staying out. And the rest of the drivers come down pit road. Oh, Jordan Kuntz spinning on pit road. Right in front of everybody. Disastrous stop for him as Brian Lorenzo, I believe, was the first one to come out. Yes, he was. As Luke Peters, he might have sped on pit road as he's letting drivers by. Yep, he's letting drivers by. A disaster for some of these front runners under this caution. As we'll go back and see what happened to the 99. See right here, he just tries to come out of pit road. Yep, just gets loose. Almost gets clobbered there by Jason Rayjock. And then almost peels out in front of Blaze McKinney. So a disaster for the 99 and the 50. Who were top three. So 3 drivers staying out under this caution. Don't know if they're going to be able to make it on fuel. Schumacher has the best life right now. Maybe they're just hoping for a quick caution here. See Ricardo, his Chevy nose is not looking quite that well. As you know, these Camaros, they usually have a point. Well, I don't think that 8 does anymore. So should be coming to the choose cone this time by. A few drivers taking the wave around. Jonathan Leisure will be back on a lead lap. Malachi Drake will be getting one of his laps back. Coming to the choose cone. Jones is going to choose low, so does Schumacher. That's going to give the outside to Barnell. So Brian Lorenzo, the first one on newer tires, with everybody else behind him also on those newer tires. As James Thurston, who has dominated this thing so far, he's now stuck in 8th, so we'll see how well he can get through this pack. But it's going to be Jonathan Jones, the control car. And remember him, the 68, all stayed out under that caution. Don't think they can make it on fuel from here. Maybe Schumacher, but that's about it. They're going to be probably hoping for another quick caution here. Or maybe a caution within 5 to 10 laps. So that they can come in and put some fresh tires on over this field. But there goes the pace car down pit road. After that long green flag run we just had. It's probably going to get a bit chaotic now with less than 40 laps to go. As Jonathan Jones is going to enter the Geico restart zone. And green flag back in the air here at Kentucky. A nice shot to the back bumper of that 8. As they're wrecking Jason Rayjock around. So another caution. And I think James Thurston was involved, trying to avoid it. I don't really see any damage on that vehicle, but definitely dropped back quite a bit. Let's go back and see what happened. There we go, Jason Rejock pushing Lorenzo. And oh, big net code there. And yeah, James Thurston involved. Jason Lewis had to get on the brakes. There's huge net code there with him and Blaze McKinney. So you'll see right here. You see Blaze McKinney gonna send it in. And right there was the contact. There was no contact made at all. And it just sent that 71 around up into James Thurston. Like that was really, really bad net code there. We'll go helicopter cam. If I can find helicopter cam here. You'll see a bit better. Yeah, no contact was made between the 87 and 71. It's just net code was a unfortunate part of that whole event. And it sends Jason Rejock around. So Rejock's down pit road. Schumacher also comes down pit road. James Thurston is going to try to fix his damage. But Jones and Barnell, they're going to stay out a bit longer. So Jonathan Jones still holding on to the race lead. As Michael Rosero and Jordan Kuntz, they were probably the two biggest winners out of that. As Lorenzo didn't get the best start on that outside lane. So it helped them move up positions. How about Dominic Barbagello, your All-Star Race winner? Currently up here in 5th. And he was involved in an earlier incident, but has fixed that car a little bit to get back up here and maybe in contention to win this thing by the end. As I'm not. He's still driving that Honda around, and he might be the only driver. He might be the only Honda on the field right now, as I don't see any of his teammates, which his teammates were Aaron Barnickel, and there was another one. It was the 33. And I can't remember his name. But yeah, he was there as well. All of them in that Honda. Is that a Civic? Looks like a Civic, a Honda Civic. Oh no, it's the Honda Type R, my bad. Apparently I have to learn Honda models. We should be coming to the choose con. There you see Jonathan Jones already sticking to that inside lane. Once maybe not. He's thinking he's gonna go high actually. Ricardo Barnell is gonna stay behind him, so that's gonna give the inside to Michael Rosero and Jordan Kuntz. I remember Kuntz looking to go back to back after he just won Sonoma last week for I believe his first career win. There we go, about to go back green. About to get back underway. Jonathan Jones on that outside lane. He's the control car. So he can go basically anywhere in the box. So here we go. Great restart by him and a great restart by Michael Rosero as well. Green flags back out here at Kentucky. Remember, Michael Rosero, he's got those fresher tires and he's got a huge launch on the field and he takes it away from Jonathan Jones. Remember, Rosero does have a win earlier this season back at Indy as they see Ricardo into the wall. He's going to drop back a little bit. Kuntz going to try to get around this 62 pretty quickly. Sorry, I just slapped my mic. But Jonathan Jones holding his own right now. Now Kuntz looking high. Just trying to figure out a way past, but he's going to get tight into the wall. He goes. Glenn Bungerin nowhere to go, stuck behind him. Here comes Luke Peters with a huge run on both of them. Looking inside, Blaze McKinney's getting shuffled back there with Dominic Barbagallo. And he's going to get into Dominic Barbagallo, and there goes Barbagallo around. Into the outside wall he goes. That's going to bring out the caution with 30 laps to go. Let's go back and see what happened here. You see, they were just all jumbled up. Blaze McKinney coming off the corner. He slides up into Dominic. Dominic comes down into the 8. Around he goes. Corey Lyle's also involved. Looks like they kind of wrecked up front too. Oh, yep, the 8 spun. Watch this in slow motion. They see Blaze McKinney. He's just going to get tight. And gets into the quarter panel of Dominic Barbagallo. And then Dominic comes down into the 8. There you see Dom Barbagallo spins up into Corey Lyles. And then the 8 of Ricardo Barnell also goes for a spin on this front straightaway. And does he keep it out of the outside wall? No, he's going to hit it right at the start-finish line. So he's probably going to come down pit road. We'll see if Jonathan Jones comes in. And here comes Jonathan Jones. He's going to come down pit road. Gonna probably for his last stop of the night. We'll probably see the 8 come down as well. Yep, here he comes. A few others, though, up. The 25 hit the line, but we'll see if that results in a penalty. Dominic Barbagallo also in. So 3 cars, Jonathan Jones, Ricardo Barnell, and Dominic Barbagallo all down. So now Jonathan Jones is going to have fresher tires, even though they really haven't gone many laps under green. So we'll see how much these fresh tires will help him, but he's still going to be 14th. But now that hands the lead to Michael Rosero, and now there's no slow cars in the way. So it's just going to be a huge battle between all these cars with fresh tires. So you got Michael Rosero, who just won at Indy earlier this season for his first career win. You got Jordan Kuntz, who just got his first career win last weekend at Sonoma. Luke Peters, who has never won in this league. And you got Glenn Bundren, who's looking to get back into victory lane. You got Brian Lorenzo. I'm pretty sure he just joined the league like not too long before this race even started. And you got Blaze McKinney, who's gotten a few wins this season. Benjamin Walker, who won back at Homestead Roval. Maybe has a few others. And James Thurston, who dominated this thing early and is just trying to get back up there and trying to avoid all of the chaos. I'm going to go back here and talk about a little bit of nationalities. Everyone here is American, except for this 25 of Hunter. He's Canadian. So he's the only one who's not American in this field, or at least unless someone's lying on their resume. Or Hunter might be lying. Who knows? But the flags I see over here on my leaderboard, they all are the American flag, except for Hunter's, which is that big red Canadian leaf. Sorry, something useless to point out, but something fun to point out as well. As we should be coming to the choose cone this time, Rosero is going to choose inside. Kuntz going to go outside. See a lot of drivers slowing down, trying to get this choose cone right. We'll see Jonathan Jones and Ricardo Barnell. See how quickly it takes them to get through the field. Like I said, they have about maybe 8 to 10 lap fresher tires now, but we haven't really gone many laps under green. So we'll just see what happens. As I guess there's some type of strategy here going onto the apron to back up on the racetrack. Unless they're just trying to save fuel. I don't think so. Maybe they're warming up their tires. I'm not sure what kind of cheat code strategies are in this sim. But maybe they are saving fuel. I mean, it was a 39 lap run and they were making it to about 42, 43 before pitting. So I'm thinking it's some type of tire saving. There we go. With 25 laps to go this time by, it's Michael Rosero with Jordan Kuntz to his outside and green flags back out here at Kentucky. James Thurston very loose in the middle. Got forced 3 wide by Aaron Brown. Now he's going to try to look underneath Aaron Brown. Look up front, though. Here comes Luke Peters trying to take the lead away. Rosero had a bad exit, and he punts the 50 a little bit there. Gives him a bit of a boost. He's going to slide up. Almost gets into the side of the 99. Right, Rosero looking 3 wide now. Glenn Bundren, he's confused. 3 wide for second. Jordan Kuntz, though, out front. Blaze McKinney, a rally back. He's back up here into 5th. How about Benjamin Walker, who's in 6th? Now here comes Walker with Lorenzo underneath. Look at James Thurston. Just trying to get back to the front. Underneath Lorenzo right now. Things are getting chaotic here. Here comes Rosero trying to take the race lead away. Oh, Luke Peters very loose on that inside lane. He's holding on to it, though, sideways through that whole corner, but he's still going to hold on to 4th. He touched that apron just a tad bit, got his car very loose, but still kept it in the gas and still keeping position. Rosero trying to pass Jordan Kuntz, but Kuntz is going to get that run on the outside. Rosero is going to try to side draft, but Kuntz is going to clear, maybe not. Here comes Rosero. Back underneath. This is just stacking up the field behind. Luke Peters back underneath Glenn Bundren for 3rd. One wrong move and all these drivers could be done for. But what a battle we're having for this race lead and everywhere up front. Oh, a lot of contact between the leaders. Luke Peter gets into the side of Glenn Bundren, and he's around to the infield. I don't know if that's going to bring out the caution because he's off the racetrack, but we'll go back up front. We'll take a look at that later. As still side by side for the lead. Now two teammates behind them side by side. Blaze McKinney and Glenn Bundren. Benjamin Walker and Lorenzo side by side. Rosero's going to clear for the race lead with 20 laps to go. So now he's up front. He's got the clean air. How long can he hold it up here? As Glenn Bundren very loose behind. Blaze McKinney to his outside. What a nice rally back for that 87. The top two are pulling away. Blaze McKinney's going to clear the 37. Thurston into the wall. Look, there's Jonathan Jones, who's currently up into 8th on those fresher tires. We'll see how fresh they are here. About maybe 7 laps. Back up front, though. Here comes Jordan Kuntz underneath for the race lead. He's going to send it into the corner. Rosero's going to try to cross over. Here he comes underneath. Very close together. Almost making contact. But we still got 18 laps to go of this beautiful racing. Kuntz still to the outside. Side drafting. Blaze McKinney closes in. And still side by side for this race lead. Nowhere for Blaze McKinney to go right now. As now Brian Lorenzo's looking to his outside. And Lorenzo's going to get up there. Rosero's going to come up in side draft. Kuntz going to lead that lap. 17 laps to go. Still side by side for this race lead. Where does Blaze McKinney go? He might look 3 wide middle. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Here comes Blaze McKinney. Rosero's going to sit it into the corner, trying to clear both of them. And he will. Out of the corner, Michael Rosero clears for the race lead. Kuntz has a good run, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get to the 6 in time. No, he's not. He's got company from McKinney now. Now side by side for second. That's going to help Rosero pull away a little bit. Still side by side for second. As James Thurston, he's back into the top 5, passing Benjamin Walker. Oh, very loose. I think he had contact with Jonathan Jones. But Jones is now up into 6th with those fresher tires. As James Thurston, ever since losing the lead, it's just been a downward spiral for him as he's losing tons of positions now, back to 9th. As the front of the field has kind of calmed down, they're all trying to close back in on Michael Rosero, who's got clean air. Lorenzo, oh, Blaze McKinney and Lorenzo making contact. They keep it straight. Here comes Benjamin Walker. Oh, Jonathan Jones is killed. Oh my gosh. A nasty impact here on the front straightaway. Glenn Bundren also involved there. I think Aaron Brown might have been involved as well. Let's go back. I'm not sure what happened, but a vicious, just an absolute vicious impact for this 62. Dominic Barbagallo was the one who lifted him up in the air. As we'll look in slow motion, it looks like James Thurston tries to go 3 wide as Jones gets a pretty bad exit, so these two have a run on him. And Thurston's going to try to go 3 wide. I don't think Glenn Bundren realizes it. I don't think Jones realizes it either, and Thurston gets into Jones. And this first impact is awful. And then here comes Dominic Barbagallo. And a wild ride for Jonathan Jones to end his day here at Kentucky. So we'll go on board with the 62. See what he saw. Now we'll go on board with Dominic Barbagallo. He was the one who went underneath the 62. I'll watch it again in real time. So yeah, he just gets loose out of the corner. Just a nasty impact for this 62 machine, and obviously his day's gonna be done. And we'll go to the infield care center to have a word with him. All right, so Jonathan, you were having a very decent race, running inside the top 10 most of the race, and just in a blink of an eye, somehow you end up upside down to end your night. How do you feel, man?
I don't know. I saw Blaze get loose coming out of 4, and you know, I tried to correct it, get away from it, and I ended up getting loose myself. And then I don't know. I guess they just had a run that I didn't see. I didn't come up too far, but I wasn't expecting it to be that tight. And then I went from the finish line to turn 1 in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, and of course taking that big impact into the outside wall and then getting flipped over after a car hit your undercarriage. Yeah, just tell me how that ride felt and like what you were thinking.
A lot of thoughts while you were in the air. Felt like a while, but I'm more sad to say that we probably have one of the faster cars, probably high top 5, top 3, and especially with fresher tires. I didn't think it was going to make that much of a difference, but we were definitely gaining each lap, and then getting loose doesn't help, and then it leads to that. But it was fun. I can say I flipped, I guess.
All right, Jonathan. Well, glad you are okay. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
Thank you.
All right, so everyone decided to come down pit road there, except for the guy who was underneath a race car. Dominic Barbagallo has stayed out on the racetrack with 10 laps to go. I'm not sure what the thought process is there, but he's trying. He's trying at least. So this is probably not going to end that well. So I mean, this is what he did in the All-Star. I mean, he wasn't wrecked. This is what he did in the All-Star race. Back at Charlotte, he stayed out and just had the clean air, I believe, and just ended up winning that. But here we go. That front end of that Honda is smashed in a few inches. But he's going to try. As he enters the Geico restart zone, it's going to be Dominic Barbacella with Jordan Kuntz. And green flag is out here at Kentucky. And he gets a great launch over the field. I don't know how that car is handling very well. It's not handling well enough as he's into the wall. Here comes Jordan Kuntz. And look at Michael Rosero. 3 wide for the race lead. Back underneath, and it's these two battling once again. Oh, making contact now. Benjamin Walker, he's found himself up here as we come to 8 laps to go. Side by side for second. That's what Jordan likes to see. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull away a lot here. Blaze McKinney tight up the racetrack. He's going to tuck him behind the 93 as 93 is very loose. Barnell into the wall in the back as they're 3 wide for third. That might allow this top two to pull away. As Blaze McKinney goes way up the racetrack. Look at Brian Lorenzo, though. He gets up in the third, and here comes Michael Rosero again. 7 laps to go. Brian Lorenzo coming out of nowhere late. Maybe going to try to steal this win away. 3 wide back there for fifth. James Thurston on that outside lane. Trying to pass Benjamin Walker and Luke Peters. Still a lot of racing left, but also time running out at the same time as we got 6 laps to go. Lorenzo's going to push Kuntz. Trying to push him in front of Rosero, and he will. Kuntz is going to clear that 6 with the help from Lorenzo. Contact between the 6 and 1. As now it's a 4-car breakaway for this win. Five laps to go this time by. Kuntz is going to block the one into the wall. As Rosero back to the inside, here comes Lorenzo down low as well. Rosero might have just cleared as... not Rosero. Yeah, Rosero might have just cleared as Lorenzo pushes the 99 up the racetrack. 3 wide almost for second again. Michael Rosero to the race lead, and he's got a gap now. Jordan Kuntz back to second. But now they got a bit of a gap to catch this 6. 4 laps to go. Blaze McKinney all over the back bumper of Brian. Trying to get up there into that podium. As Rosero is kind of pulling away from this field. He might have just checked out with that clean air. As back here, Benjamin Walker, Thurston, and Peters, they've just all been battling this whole run for this 5th spot. As Thurston and Peters now side by side for 5th. Back up front, Michael Rosero is pulling away, so that's probably... Oh, he's into the wall! He might have pushed it a bit too hard. As we come to 2 laps to go, this is going to allow Kuntz to reel him back in. Same for Lorenzo. We'll see if Jordan Kuntz can just reel him back in. That 6 has been fast, pretty fast all day. As we come to the white flag this time by 1 lap to go for Michael Rosero. Side by side for second now. Here comes Lorenzo underneath. It is going to hurt their chances to catch this 6. As Lorenzo's going to come up the racetrack. Pushes Jordan into the wall. They're making contact. Still side by side for second. Blaze McKinney's going to try to take this away. But all eyes on the 6 up front as he comes out of turn 4. He's going to see the checkered flag for the second time. Michael Rosero, career win number 2 here at Kentucky. And Jordan News comes home second. Lorenzo comes home third. Fourth is Blaze McKinney, and fifth, Luke Peters. So a hard-fought battle all the way to the end. But it's Michael Rosero coming out on top, getting a few congratulation pumps. Pretty sure this is his second. Oh, that was a big pump right there. Oh, that was a big wreck right there. Pretty sure this is his second career win. Of course, he won at Indy. Back when I was still streaming. We'll see what happened to Luke Peters after he does his burnouts here. But Rosero's going to come to the start-finish line, and he's going to burn it down here at Kentucky. So a little bit of a RKO there from Aaron Brown and Luke Peters. Like I said, Luke Peters came home 5th. But he was spun around in turn 1. So I want to see what happened to him real quickly. Here we go, coming out of turn 4 on the final lap. These 3 were just having battles that whole run. And nope, I think he might have just slowed down in front of Thurston. Got it around. Alright, let's go to the Discord for some interviews. There's no one in the podium waiting room. Except for Luke Mahone. I don't think he got a podium. We'll go talk to Luke Mahone since no one else is in there. Never mind, he's gone. So as I try to get the drivers in here. Yeah, like as I try to get the drivers in here, we'll take a look at the results real quick. And here they are. So Michael Rosero picks up his second win of the season. Jordan Kuntz second, Brian Lorenzo in his first start third, so good job to him. Blaze McKinney rallies back to 4th. Luke Peters also rallies back to 5th. James Thurston 6th. Benjamin Walker 7th. Corey Lyles 8th. Alexander Schumacher 9th. And rounding out your top 10, Aaron Brown. And you see the rest of the field behind there, then all the DNF cars down here. Basically from Jones on back. Now they are ready for interviews, so we'll get to the Discord and pull one of them in. So your 3rd place finisher was Brian Lorenzo. I'm sorry, were you in the middle of a conversation?
Oh yeah, but you're good, no worries.
All right, well, today was your first start, right, in this league?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, congrats on your in your first start, your debut, a podium here, and a nice little battle there towards the end of the race. How do you feel, man?
Pretty good. The car, especially at the beginning, I didn't really want to qualify. I just wanted to kind of have fun tonight, so decided to qualify. I wanted to do like a last to first challenge. So started 23rd at the beginning of the run. The car was pretty garbage, to be honest. We were just good at saving tires, but dude, I was slipping and sliding at the beginning. However, as the run went on, we ended up being, I feel like, the best car in the long run. Found some grip up on the top in 3 and 4, and we just put ourselves in the right position to finish third.
Well, you mentioned that you started in the back, and you gained 20 spots from where you started, but unfortunately was not the biggest mover tonight, which is quite surprising.
Yep, it's the guy who qualified ahead of me. The guy who also didn't qualify.
Yeah. Yeah, he took the biggest mover tonight from you, but hey, but that's fine. But yeah, podium in your first start in the league, so congratulations to that. Is there anyone you would like to thank before you head out here?
I'd like to thank my own brand and Velocity Designs for me making my own paint. If you ever need a paint, we charge $10 an order. Want a sick paint like me? Hit me up. I'd like to thank Shui and the SRL group for letting me race tonight. Literally just decided to race like 10 minutes before the session started, and I was just like, Kentucky sounds fun. And that's how we got in. And obviously, thank you to you and all the viewers that came out to watch us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It was a pretty exciting one from like 20 laps to go. It was like a pack race. It was like Talladega out there, man.
Yeah, that's what these next gens produce at these mile and a halves. Kind of a plate track form of racing, especially on restarts. All right, well, congrats on your third place. Next week is New Hampshire. I'll see you there.
Yep. Wait.
All right, so we'll pull in your second place finisher, which is Jordan News. All right, Jordan, so you come home second tonight. Unfortunately, could not go back-to-back, as I believe you won Sonoma last week. But second place is still not bad, and that momentum you have right now is still relatively up. So, yeah, how do you feel?
I feel great, of course. Finishing second, I don't really care where I finish as long as it was a really fun race, and this is probably by far one of the most fun races I've ever had in a long time, and especially at Kentucky. Me and Rosario were having a great duel for the lead there for the last 25 laps, and it was just so much fun.
Yeah, you and Michael were, those last 20 laps, you and Michael were keeping it clean for the most part. Maybe a little bit of contact here and there, but there's nothing wrong with beating and banging, especially in stock cars. But yeah, nice clean battle for the win.
Yeah, a nice clean from both of us. Of course, we both made our mistakes at some point with giving each other the lead or maybe making contact with each other, but in the end, we don't really care about the contact, and it produced great racing.
All right, well, is there anyone you would like to thank before you head out here?
I would like to thank everyone at PPM, everybody over there, all the setup builders for everything they do to help our drivers do the best they can in round 2. I would also like to thank out to Denise Designs for this amazing paint scheme and for everyone who's watching this, and of course you for broadcasting.
All right, Jordan, well, congrats on your second place tonight. Next week is New Hampshire, and I'll see you there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so now we will reel in your winner tonight, which was Michael Rosero. If he's I'm just going to interrupt him. All right, Michael, sorry for interrupting you. But yeah, congrats on your, I believe, your second win of the season. Of course, you won back at Indy for that big prize money. But yeah, coming out here with a strong car at Kentucky. A nice battle there at the end with Jordan Kuntz, but you end out on top. How do you feel?
Well, since we had like the battle of the century, I feel pretty damn good because that was honestly the most fun I've had on this service in like a really long ass time. So feels really freaking good to be on that top spot when it comes to the end of that a long ass battle between me and Coombs.
Well, every race I've streamed so far, ever since you joined the league, you've been pretty much one of the top runners in every race I've been streaming. Of course, like I said, you got that win back at Indy, and now winning here tonight. And I believe Iowa, or I think it was Iowa, you were running top 3 most of the race, or it might have been
That
Rockingham.
was Rockingham.
Yeah, Rockingham.
Rockingham.
So yeah, you've been pretty quick ever since joining this league, and you definitely got a lot of momentum on your hand.
Yeah, it's feels good, really. So yeah.
All right. Well, is there anyone you would like to thank before you head out here?
Yeah, I want to thank you for broadcasting. Obviously, when I wouldn't be able to look back at this battlefield if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much, and I want to thank Alex for putting all this together. And I want to thank my teammates, Coons and Peters, for helping me out. I honestly had a really fun time with those guys tonight. So, and yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, congrats on your win tonight, Michael. Next week is New Hampshire, and I'll see you there.
All right, see ya.
And that's gonna do it. So, of course, I probably won't be streaming on this count next week, but the team over at Fireball Talks NASCAR, who have taken over the broadcast now, they do all the streams for SRL now. I'm just kind of here to fill in, and I also commentate with them sometimes. So yeah, thank you all for coming out here and watching this event here at Kentucky Speedway. Next week, like we've mentioned, is New Hampshire. Probably won't be on this account. It'll probably be, like I said, over on the Fireball Talks NASCAR account, YouTube account. Go check them out. I'll probably update this and put their link. My bad. I'll probably update this and put their link in the description, just so you can get to their channel easier. But yeah, thank you all for coming out here and enjoying this event, and I'll see you guys next time.